quick confession before we begin. I love the science behind what makes us tick. And I believe you need at least a basic understanding of how we work to figure out what works for you. Because there's no one size fits all when it comes to health, happiness, or even parenting. That said, I'm still figuring out this new project, the format, the flow, how to take 20 years of experience and turn it into short, practical, bite-sized videos without sounding like a textbook. So I'm still scripting for now. Really helps a bit with the anxiety of putting myself out there. But honestly, I'm really enjoying the process. It's creative, it's challenging, and I hope these videos are giving you something useful, even if it's just a tiny aha moment to help you get through the day. That's my goal, is progress, not perfection. So no matter what, whether the edit's polished or a little rough, I'm going to be posting it. I'm going to post whatever I've got. And each week, hopefully, I'll get a little better. Is that cool? Cool. Let's get started. So let's talk about patience. Specifically, why it seems to completely disappear by the end of the day. Where does it even go? Because at 8 a.m., calm, composed, and usually in control, but by 8 p.m., some nights, you're clenching your jaw, just trying not to snap over the crumbs on the couch. So, what's happening? It's not just you. Your patience isn't really gone. It's spent. Think of patience like a battery. And every time you manage a tantrum, navigate a meeting, cook, clean, or scroll through 57 unread messages, you're draining that battery with tiny little withdrawals all day long. The levels of information your brain processes every day is tremendous. It's like trying to pay attention while walking into a room with 10 TVs, and every TV is blasting a different channel. There's a toddler finger painting on the walls over there. There's a dog chasing its tail in the corner. And someone is yelling in the background to build this IKEA furniture, but there's no instructions. Well, that's what my brain feels like on a random Tuesday. Now, I don't have ADHD, but I live with something called Wilson's disease, and it comes with a cocktail of weird symptoms. Some ADHD vibes, a little Parkinson's, and just enough mental static to keep things spicy. So yeah, focus, energy, staying calm, they're not automatic for me. It's actually a lot of work. And honestly, that's why this project exists in the first place. PEP 180 is my way of saying that if I can figure out how to stay calm and help myself in ways that have even surprised my doctors, then you too can find a way to be the dad you want to be without the guilt and regret of losing your cool. And no, it's not through willpower. But I found that it's through managing your energy. You see, every time you deal with stress, poor sleep, or nonstop decisions, your energy is being drained. And when your brain is out of fuel, it automatically flips to autopilot. And autopilot isn't wired for patience. It's wired for survival. So it's react now, think later. So snapping, shutting down, zoning out, that's just your nervous system saying, we're done here. Do not pass go, do not collect 200. And your default is any coping mechanism or behavior that you have used in the past that has served you. Now, psychologist Roy Baumeister talks about this in his book, Willpower. He says willpower is like a battery. Every decision, every tantrum you manage, every time you hold it together, it all drains that batteries. And your brain is literally burning glucose when you exercise self-control. So, if your blood sugar crashes, so does your patience. They generally call that hangry. Dr. Kelly McGonigal backs this up in her book, The Willpower Instinct. She says willpower isn't just mental, it's also physical. She says your breathing, your sleep, your heart rate, all of it affects how much control you've got left in that tank. She talks about something called the pause and plan mode. Basically, it's your brain's ability to stop and choose a better response. But here's the catch. You can't hit pause if you're already exhausted or overstimulated. Your physical state literally shapes your emotional bandwidth. And then there's this tricky one, decision fatigue. It's not that it's just one big thing that drains us. It's 1,000 little ones while trying to decide what to eat, what to wear. Do I respond to this message? How do I juggle nap schedules with work calls? How do I pay attention to my wife's needs as well as my own, as well as my son's? By bedtime, your brain's just like, oh my, no more, please. That's why simplifying routines is so helpful. It preserves your energy for moments that actually matter. Bath time, bedtime, brush your teeth time. Those are the times where you really need to use your willpower to stay calm. Now, if you don't waste all your willpower energy on other things, you have it left in the tank. So listen, it doesn't mean that you need to meditate for hours or go full keto or even become a monk. You just need small, smart habits that stop the leaks. Maybe adding 10 to 15 minutes of extra sleep to your schedule. Finding ways to combine your foods that manage your blood sugar. Basic movements. That's literally what PEP 180 is built around. 20 minutes a day, because when your energy is solid, patient just shows up more naturally. One of the hardest things for me managing my energy is that I don't always know when I'm tired or stressed. I don't feel tired. I don't feel stressed. I just keep pushing through until I snap. What's helped me is learning to recognize the early signs. So for me, I start to become super rigid and controlling. And that's my clue that my system is getting to that point of overload. So your next step is to identify what is draining your energy the fastest right now. Something that you can address right now. Is it poor sleep, endless decisions, stress, blood sugar, just sheer chaos? Drop it in the comments, and maybe I've got a small habit or a tip that could help. And next week, I'm going to share a quick 2-minute reset that works when you're on the edge, but you still need to show up. Catch you then.